Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. So here is the master craftsman, the arch schemer, the distributor-in-chief, Andrea Pirlo.
And I imagine he's already thinking of ways to pull all the strings from that deep-lying position of his.
He's great, isn't he? The vision he has, the way he can see and measure everything.
Pirlo!
Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Pirlo clearly was a little selfish there, but I don't think it was a bad attempt.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Spread neatly. Well read, nice interception. Pull it. And he's chosen to go back. This is a promising build-up. Nuno Mendes. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Pirlo. Hazard has it out wide and in space. Hazard with the delivery. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Great ball, and he's in here. Hazard with the delivery. Kimmich. And they can counter here. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Oh, good-looking ball. Pirlo conjures time and space where few can. Mendes, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bullet! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Oh, he refuses to take the bait. So it is still 0-0. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And this is Hazard. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Thinks one through. Not the most accurate pass. Schneider is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. He's having a pop! Well, oh no, this does not look good. And he's in on goal. Oh, shooting chance! Off target by a whisker. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Can he get on the end of this?
Hull really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Griezmann.
Hull couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
He's shifting through the gears here. In with the challenge. Takes aim and crosses. Ferry with the clearance. And here's Hullet. And this is Hazard. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Now it's Osimhen. Osimhen. Pepe did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. And it's Griezmann. Kimmich. Rijkaard. Rijkaard, very much a man of this moment. And a chance! Oh, it's hit the post! Pressure stays on, it is a corner. And we have our very first corner. That's an imaginative pass. That's it, 45 minutes up. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So there was the first half.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but it's Griezmann! There it is!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Pirlo. Now it's Gullit. And again they run up against stubborn defending. David Villa going after that. And here's Hazard. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Hull are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And this is Gullit. Hazard. And he's there to clear it. Now, the ball's gone astray.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue, and they'll get clinical.
Can he finish? And that is well cleared. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And there's the shot!
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 6, número 14, número 11. Entran número 16, número 8, número 9. Se va a realizar un cambio.
Chance! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, what a ball! Now, can they get him away? And no, he's seen through all of that. Thuram. Ambitious ball here. And that should get the job done. And that's been won straight back. Schneider. Schneider! Donatoni looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Cleared without hesitation.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And he's taking no chances there.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Can he latch on to this? Well, that has not gone well. Oh, he's been flattened there. No foul, says the referee. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. And the score is 1-0. That is a great pick out. Ibrahimovic.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
1-0 as we head towards the end. That's a good foray he's making. Belletti. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Now it's Osimhen. And it's Xabi Alonso. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Se agregará un minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Very nicely done.
Such good technique.
And he's had it nicked away. And we're done. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen? Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. So straight into the action. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs.
David Villa! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, now can he finish?
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Zola. And Zola! That was superb goalkeeping.
Zola actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Shot a goal! And it's Griezmann. And the pass is intercepted. Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
It's a promising position. Corner. Corner number 2 then. There's the shot! Well, they want another corner, and it looks as though they're going to get it. So, third corner of the game. And now they can clear their lines. And now they can spring out of defence. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for options for movement. Now that looks a decent ball. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Griezmann is eyeing up his options in the middle. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And the wall's done its job. Can he finish? And he can clear it away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Driving forward. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Belletti. Referee's given a throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Now it's Osimhen. Great defending, strong and determined. Barcelona are a team that's fond of the low block. They Sure defending numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now, what about a counter-attack? Serginho. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Donadoni powering forward here. And the shot! It's loose. And the finish! There it is! It had to come! It just had to come! He had to have his say! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Brilliantly cut out. And he's heaved it away. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that was vital. Roberto Carlos looking for the chance to skim one in from range. And here's Sola. Oh, nicely intercepted. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. He's a sharp little ball here. Rijkaard. It's a searching pass, and he was quick to react. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Away we go again.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
That's the keeper's ball. Pepe. And it's Belletti. Gets a good foot in there. Rijkaard on a strong run here. Vieira, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Serginho spots it and intercepts. Now it's Osimhen. Gerrard. Defending was strong and firm. Torres. Pull it. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, some tackle that. And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Still just a single goal between the sides. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Bullet dominates aerially so often.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Donadoni. That'll be a throw-in.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 15, Hazard, será sustituido por el dorsal 5. Cambio de jugadores.
Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Oh, that's well spotted. Roberto Carlos. And it's Gullit. Rice. Kimmich. No, that's been intercepted. Vieira. Now it's Mbappe. He can run onto that. And that could well leave a mark. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
It's their second corner of the game.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7, el dorsal 10, el dorsal 21. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 18, Van Nistelrooy, el dorsal 14, Messi, el dorsal 16.
Fermin. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is good alertness. Aimed beyond the defence. Vieira. Belletti. And here's Lopez. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Van Nistelrooy shoots! And he hits the net! There seemed no way back, but they are level! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
And here's Lopez. And a chance! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 9, Gerard.
So we have movement on both benches.
El dorsal 13.
Barcelona
Se va a
leading
realizar
now.
un cambio de jugadores.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Now it's Osimhen.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Good ball, good take. Cannavaro. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Can he get it through? Baresi with the clearance. That pass isn't the best. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Oh, super find. Oh, can he get onto this? And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love.